Exclusive video of a Valley man busted for creeping on more than 1,000 students at major university. The feds calling this a huge wake-up call. ABC 15's Navita Fergani joining us now. And Navita, Jonathan Powell's accused of hacking into student email accounts.
And these court documents revealing that Powell researched his victims using social media, and he studied up so much that he was able to change their passwords. And tonight we're learning how. Hey, Jonathan?
Yes.
I'm with Channel 15.
No, thank you.
Oh, please.
We'd like to talk to you about the charges.
We have no comment.
Jonathan Powell walking out of federal court with his mother and wife by his side, facing charges out of New York, accused of accessing the email accounts of nearly 1,400 students at 2 different East Coast universities. What were you hoping to get from those emails? Do you regret what you did?
We have no comment. Excuse me.
According to the feds, this is how it was done. Powell would request a password change on the student's email account, and based on the online research he did on his victims, he was able to answer their security questions. Then he would search for sexually explicit photos and other passwords within their email.
Does he have something better to do?
No, did he have anything better to do?
We have no comment.
The investigation traced the hack to Robert Half Finance and Accounting on Camelback, where Powell, according to his LinkedIn account, worked as a recruiter. The company helped the feds by getting information off his work computer, where he allegedly stashed everything he found. We spoke to his boss, who tells us that they can't comment on this ongoing criminal investigation, but that Powell was immediately fired, and he worked there for about 4 years. Back to you.
Thank you.
According to Digital Trends, Microsoft uncovered a portion of a Russian cyber espionage operation. Microsoft's Vice President for Customer Security and Trust, Tom Burt, stated they discovered a fake Microsoft domain that was established for a phishing scheme. But Microsoft's metadata also suggested that scheme targeted 3 candidates running in the 2018 midterm election. Burt added that Microsoft was able to seize the domain before it could inflict any damage. Microsoft traced the phishing scheme back to a Russian group called Strontium that is suspected to be closely linked to Russia's military intelligence agency, the GRU. Burt's announcement follows the indictment of 12 military officers in the GRU by Special Counsel Robert Mueller's office.
Former National Security Agency contractor Edward Snowden has accused the U.S. of hacking into Chinese mobile phone companies and Tsinghua University. Snowden made the accusations during an interview with the South China Morning Post newspaper in Hong Kong. The revelations come a day after the U.S. filed espionage charges against Snowden and requested his extradition. Whether or not that happens is up to Hong Kong, and while Beijing could get involved in the matter, experts say that's unlikely.
Right. Well, for a long time, I think China could keep its nose out of this and wanted to keep its nose out of this, saying that this was an American affair, an internal affair of America. But now it's a China affair. And so they will be under some pressure to respond. But I think overall, they will still prefer to let this go through the courts of Hong Kong. That's the way they've positioned it, taken all along, and I think they'll maintain that position.
Legal sources say Snowden has contacted human rights lawyers to fight any extradition ruling.